Hi everyone, today is July 22, 2022. It is 1 p.m. and 26 degrees Celsius. We are here at Queen Street and Bay Street. Here's a look down Bay Street. It's a very warm and sunny Friday afternoon here in Toronto. Here's Nathan Phillips Square. Here's some food trucks, say the southwest side of Nathan Phillips Square. Seems like there's a lot of traffic moving towards the west of downtown. Here's the 501 Queen streetcar. This one goes all the way to Bathurst and then turns off of Bathurst, where the passengers then have to get off at Bathurst and take a bus if they want to continue going west. I think they're doing that because there's some construction going on in the area past Bathurst Street. And there's the 501 Queen to Neville Park. Here we have Osgoode Hall. Hard to see behind this metal fencing. And we're now here at University Avenue and Queen Street. To the southeast, we have the Four Seasons Center for the Performing Arts. Here's a better view. To the northeast, we've got Osgoode Hall. We've got the South African War Memorial. So I zoom in here. There we are. behind which we have an insurance building. I believe that's the Canada Life Insurance building, if I'm not mistaken. There's the Campbell House. There's the Adam Beck Memorial. And there is the Shangri-La Hotel and Residences.
That's not the point. Also for them.
They've got the fountains going at the South African Memorial. It's pretty cool. Here's a look south on University Avenue. And here's a look north on University Avenue. Here's the Campbell House Museum. This is one of the oldest houses in the city, and it's now a museum. Here's some tents. This is 180 Queen Street. Here's a look up. This is what it looks like. There used to be a Starbucks in this building on the main floor, but it's no longer here after the pandemic. There's Mackenzie Investments, which is one of the tenants here. There's a myriad of courts, such as the tax court, federal court, etc. in this building. And here's some nice patios for Planta on Queen. Here's a mural I just spotted on a traffic signal box. This is interesting. It says Blackburn. Let's see if I can get a walk around of this one here. Here's Honey Pot Cannabis. I believe this was one of the very first cannabis stores that opened in the city of Toronto. And there was very long lineups, and it was much more new back then. And there's a look south on Duncan Street. You can see the CN Tower there. Now here at Queen Street and McCall Street. This is McCall North, which takes you all the way to the Art Gallery of Ontario. And there's OCAD, it's art school in the distance. And Salad King, which is a Thai food restaurant. Here's Marvelous by Fred. They have all sorts of delicious looking stuff. Here's another view of the CN Tower. This is the Bell Media building, which used to be the Much Music building. And they've got that car crashing through the wall with its wheels spinning. And here's Mi Va Mi, East Mediterranean food. I like their stuff, but I haven't been to this particular location. Their stuff tends to be very high quality. Here's a Starbucks. Here's John Street. And there's a look south. And you can see the Rogers Center in the far distance. Here's a look at the Starbucks patio. And there was someone honking at this person on a bicycle. There's a Shoppers Drug Mart that's open till midnight.
I still see her all the time.
Here's a street that leads to Gage Park, which I won't be getting into today, but I may do one in a future video. Gage Park is the park that is behind the Art Gallery of Ontario. Here's Exotic Snacks GTA. Looks like they got all kinds of different snacks.
Like, what are you guys talking about? I need to pay a bill? What are you talking about? How's that security? How's that security? Do you see what I'm wearing? Do you see what I'm wearing? I do surgeries all day. You need IDs from me? Are you joking? What's your name? I want your name. What's your name?
Here's Dozy Sleep Store. Here's the Mountain Equipment Company. This is probably one of my favorite stores in the city. They have a lot of high quality mountain equipment and various kinds of gear. There's a look south on, this is Peter Street, and so you can barely see the Rogers Center there in the far distance. There's Lush, fresh handmade cosmetics. There's Soluna and Bell Canada. There's Lululemon.
To go back that far.
Here's Chick-fil-A. There's Casper. Here's the Toronto Book Awards. These are the various Toronto Book Awards winners through the years. Here's the City of Toronto Book Awards Authors Walk of Fame. This was established by the Toronto City Council to honor the authors of books of literary excellence that are evocative of Toronto. And we are now here at Spadina and Queen Street. Here's a look south on Queen Street. I should say Spadina. Here's a look north on Spadina Avenue. There's a Nerd World. This McDonald's been here pretty much forever. Oh, I should say as long as I can remember it. And here's the Popeyes Louisiana kitchen. Here's a store called Camouflage. They've got all kinds of military gear and surplus stuff. Here's Parka, a plant-based comfort food store. Bagels on fire. Montreal style bagels. Here's a picture of the CN Tower. Here's another mural. On a traffic control box. We're now here at Queen Street and Augusta Avenue. Here's a look north on Augusta Avenue. This here used to be a KFC and Taco Bell, which is no longer. After the pandemic, they closed down. And the properties just remained boarded up since then. Here's what used to be Silver Play Sports. Looks like they've closed down as well. They used to sell all kinds of sport-related clothing and items. Here's another Shoppers Drug Mart. Looks like they're open till 10 p.m. And here's a presentation center for a condominium. This store's got a lot of, I think it's Gordito's Kitchen. It's got a lot of stuff attached to it and hanging from the actual storefront. There's another cannabis store called Corey. And we're now here on Bathurst Street and Queen Street. Here's Homecraft Decor. Here's what looks like a mini mart. And they also sell plants and flowers. Here's the barber shop with the Ducati motorcycle in the window. It's called Queen West Barbers. Here's a relatively new store. It's called Filthy Phillies. It says cheesesteaks, burgers, and poutineery. Here's Giant Toronto. And they sell bicycles. There's a mural on that building there that says Frank and Oak. There we are. Something smells very sweet. Oh, here we are, a cannabis store. I don't think it was coming from the cannabis store though. It smelled like strawberries. Here's a cool store. This store is colored orange. It's got a very nice orange color to it. It's called the Mission Eatery Brunch Cafe. There across the street used to be a fruit market called Wong's Fruit Market, which has closed down. They closed through the pandemic. And here's a Warby Parker. Here's John Fluvog shoes. Very cool in there. I was able to feel the cold air conditioning air flowing out of the store through the open door. Here's Trap Mart. It says the dopest collection of exotic snacks. Seems like these stores that sell unique kinds of snacks are becoming more and more popular. That was the second one that we saw just today on our walk. And there's another one called Munchie's World. And there's another one close to Young and Bloor, which has a wide variety of stuff from England.
Wanna buy a 3 tea, some water, drinks?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. No, I'm not. It's just that I just ignored your house.
There are some people selling water. Here's Shawarma West. Here's Niagara Street looking south. There's a 7-Eleven that's been here for many years. It's a convenience store and a gas station. It's across the street. There's Nadish, Nadej. They've got new ice cream bars. Sounds pretty good. Looks like there's an event going on at Trinity Bellwoods Park. So some people having fun. There's a tennis court here. I'm gonna take a break here, have some water. All right, let's continue on our journey. I was able to take a break, have some water, rehydrate a bit. There's the people playing tennis on the tennis court. Trinity Bellwoods Park is a pretty big park. I'm not going to be exploring the whole thing today. We're going to make our way back to Queen Street. Sure, thanks. I've got some free Tic Tacs. It's now starting to get super hot. As the sun swings into full force. There's a patio for a store called F. It's named Fresh. And we're here at Queen Street and Shaw Street. Looks like they replaced the sign there saying TD Commons. The T had fallen off before, but they have replaced it now. So before it said D Commons, but now it says TD Commons. And right here, I've spotted another mural on a traffic control box. I'm going to cross the street so we can get a closer view. Here's CAMH, the Center for Addiction and Mental Health. There's a plaque here. Let's get this one first before we move on to the mural. Get the camera here. It says memorial wall plaques dedicated to patient laborers. These patient-built walls are a testament to the abilities of the people whose unpaid labor was central to the operation of asylums in the province of Ontario during the 19th and 20th centuries. The asylum on Queen Street first opened in 1850 and was overcrowded within a few years. The initial idea of work as therapy gave way to the reality of work intended to save the provincial government money through unpaid patient labor. Men worked outdoors on construction, maintenance, and farm work, including building and repairing many of the structures behind which they were confined, including the still existing boundary walls on the south side of this property, built in 1860, and the east and west boundary walls built in 1888 and 1889. Women worked primarily inside, doing the sewing, knitting, and laundry for the asylum, while also working as domestic servants in both the nurses' and doctors' residences not far from this spot. Both men and women also worked in their own sex-segregated wards, doing domestic chores such as cleaning, washing, and scrubbing floors. Patients also worked in the male west side and female east side infirmaries, where they helped to care for those of their fellow patients who were sick and dying. Seen by many as the physical representation of prejudiced attitudes towards people with a psychiatric diagnosis, the walls which still stand today are historical monuments to the exploited labor of all psychiatric patients who lived, worked, and died on these grounds since 1850. presented by the Psychiatric Survivor Archives of Toronto, the Centre for Addiction and Mental Health, Friends of the CAMH Archives, and many other donors. Dedicated September 2010. And so here's another mural. Let me see if I can get a walk around here so we get a better view. This one's very colorful. Although it looks like there's a person without a head, but who has two heads in his hands. Not sure what that means. Here's a look from the rear. And so here's the TD Commons area. Let's do a walkthrough on our way back to Queen Street. Here's some green and yellow and purple mounds. And here's a wooden bench. But these colorful mounds here are very nice. It's cool to have this contrast between the different colors. One of these roads here is called White Squirrel Way. And so here's a monument of a white squirrel. And there's a plaque here. Let's see what it says. It says Brandon Vickard, 1977. Or B, maybe I guess that means born 1977. Monument to the White Squirrel, 2019. Bronze and granite. Part of the CAMH Therapeutic Art Collection. So here's a walk around so you can get a better view of what it looks like. Here's the CAMH sign. And here's Mofer Coffee. Here's the Paul E. Garfinkel Park. There's a plaque for it. Let me just change this setting here. There we go. It says Paul E. Garfinkel Park. Dr. Paul E. Garfinkel was the founding president and CEO of the Center for Addiction and Mental Health, CAMH, from its creation in 1998 until his retirement in 2009. It was Dr. Garfinkel's vision to transform an outdated psychiatric institution into a mixed-use urban village. The new CAMH would be a welcome part of the community, free of stigma, and dedicated to discovery and client recovery. Before his work at CAMH, Dr. Garfinkel was president and psychiatrist-in-chief of the Clark Institute of Psychiatry, chair of the Department of Psychiatry at the University of Toronto, and an internationally respected researcher in the field of eating disorders. He was appointed an Officer of the Order of Canada in 2008 for his work as a nationally and internationally renowned psychiatrist, academic leader, humanitarian, and urban advocate. Dr. Garfinkel has dedicated his life and work to serving his community. And so here's the Paul E. Garfinkel Park. Here's a painting in the window. There's a store that says Cosmetic Artistry and Hair Studio. And we've just spotted another mural on a traffic control box. This one's kind of hard to get a view around, but let's give it a try. Looks like a big yellow bug on this side. Then on this other side here, looks like some sort of a green being of some sort. And we're now here at Queen Street and Dovercourt Road. Here's a Rexall drugstore. There's Craft Ontario, Shop Plus Gallery, and Bosley Real Estate. There's a pizza. And I would like to take the time to extend a special thank you to all my viewers and subscribers. Thank you for supporting this channel. I will continue to try my best to make high quality content for you guys. to the best of my ability. Here's the Drake Hotel. See if I can get a view of the, there we go, the whole building. That's pretty cool. That silver extension at the top of the building. That's very unique. And here's the Drake Cafe. Here's another artwork. So it seems like some sort of a big egg of some sort. Here's Curry's Artists Materials. They sell all kinds of items for artists, from canvases to markers and inks and different kinds of paints and brushes. There's Town Barber and Major Treat Coffee. There's Mint Dentistry. Here's the Restaurants Canada. I'm guessing that's where their office would be located. Here's Float Toronto, where they have 5 float tanks. And here's another Tim Hortons. Here's Dufferin Queen Animal Hospital. And there's a condominium being built here. This used to be a coffee shop and a parking lot, which is now being turned into a condominium building. Here's a look east on Queen Street. A look west on Queen Street. Let's cross here. This is a pretty unique building. It says hotel. And we've just spotted another mural. I won't be crossing the street for this one, but this one looks like a very colorful one. now underneath this bridge here. See if I can get a look. Here's what it looks like when you look up. There's Dufferin Street, and there's a look north on Dufferin. And I'm going to take this one here.